Hello, it's Mike Barret of Firm LLC. I'm going to dissect a little bit here. There's another video. This is my frequently asked questions page on child custody, and there'll be a video of how to run the guidelines, basic brief information on how we come up with the child custody child support guidelines. And this video is on how the court determines custody to one parent or the other parent. This is for informational purposes only, and watching this video does not create a lawyer-client relationship. This is just brief information, a brief overlay of what to expect in a custody case in Maryland. So all custody cases are based on what the court sees as the best interest of the child or children. They will look at both parents and decide what's best for the children. There are two types of custody. You can have shared physical custody, or you can have sole custody to one parent. Sometimes they call it residential. Sometimes they say primary, but it means sole custody to one parent. The other parent would have an access schedule or a visitation schedule. If you have shared, then of course you're splitting the time to an amount that the court considers to be considerable time, and considerable time is 35% or more overnights during a full calendar year, which will get you to about 128 overnights, all the way up to 50% of the time is shared for child support guideline purposes, but it will also create a shared or split custody schedule. And the court looks at what is in the best interest of the children. And the case law in Montgomery County versus Sanders or Taylor versus Taylor is the standard by which the court will measure what atmosphere and which parent is more suitable to have custody of the children. And I'll run through some of the factors. They'll look at the fitness of the parents. They'll look at the child's preference. If the child is of reasonable age, and every judge or magistrate is different on one, if they're going to allow the children to participate in the proceedings. Two, if it's going to be on the stand or in chambers, or whether they want the children to participate at all. So you may want to think about getting a child's attorney involved, what we call a BIA or best interest attorney. That attorney is the child's attorney. It's not your attorney and it's not the other parent's attorney. But they will interview the parents and speak on behalf of the child and make a recommendation to the court of which parent is more suitable and what they believe the proper custodial arrangements should be. But child's preference or the recommendation of the BIA are one of the factors that the court will weigh. The relationship of the child to each parent. So they may look at what has been the norm for the child. And it may be more difficult but not impossible to take a child out of what the child is already accustomed to and moving them with the other parent. But those are one of the factors, that the availability of the support system. So they're looking at what help the parent who wants primary custody, whether it be grandparent support, whether it be church support, things of that nature are important to the court as well. And all of these again are to determine what is in the best interest of the child or children. The age and the sex of the child is important. It does not necessarily mean if you have a daughter and you're a man that you're not going to get custody of the child, but the age of the child and the gender of the child, sex of the child is important to the court, and they will weigh those factors. But there are many factors, trying to keep this brief, but the general idea is in every custody case, the best interest of the child is the standard by which the court will weigh who will get custody. The second type of custody has nothing to do with shared time or overnights. It has to do with decision making. We call this legal custody. There are two types, as there are with physical custody. There is sole legal custody and there is joint legal custody. When you have sole, you will make the primary decisions of the child on your own. You don't need the other parent's input necessarily. It will be nice to have it, but you won't be ordered to have a conversation and come up with a decision concerning the major life decisions of the child, which are usually health, religion, school, and more we're seeing extracurricular activities. Depending on who your judge or magistrate is, they may feel that that is also a major life decision. But you will have joint legal custody or sole legal custody in determining what's in the best interest of the child. So that's a brief recitation there on child custody matters in Maryland. Again, seek the advice of counsel. They will look at your specific situation and properly advise you. This is just for informational purposes only, and you can reach me at Mike at thefirmllc.org, and you can email me there or you can give me a call. Take care and God bless.